Welcome back to J Tendencies, everybody. I am your host, Jay Suave,
And I am Jay Reese.
and we have seen a quite crazy, to say the least, week. And I kind of want to just talk about the elephant in the room, guys. Dallas fans, I feel for you. I feel for you. Luka Doncic traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis and Max Christie.
Let's lay out the whole package, bro. The Lakers got Luka, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris for 80, Maxi Christie, and one first round pick in 2029. And the Jazz get Jalen Hood, Shafino, and two second round picks. So don't even worry about the Jazz. The Jazz didn't even know what's going on until 30 minutes later, about right before. But sh
And this is just crazy to think about because me and Jaden we were in a car. We were in Jaden's car whenever this happened, and I'm reading this out, and like everyone is telling me that I'm lying, and I'm like, guys, I am looking at Sham's Instagram or Twitter right now. Like, this is not cat. Like, whenever I tell you before I even said anything, I clicked on his account. Like, I read it like at least 20 seconds before I even said anything, because I'm like, there's no way, right? And like everyone's like, that's cap, that's cap, that's cap. I'm like, bro, I think it is too. Like, there's no way Shams hadn't been hacked, right?
Like, dog, I'm literally driving, bro, and bro's in my passenger seat yelling, and I'm like, bro, what the hell are you yelling about, dog? Then he like laid it all. He's like, bro, Luka Doncic was just traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, and like I'm just there, like, bro's a liar. I'm like, bro, automatically, that's the first thing I think. Like if you're gonna lie, bro, make it more believable. You know what I'm saying? That's a lie that I would tell when I'm joking, so you would know that I'm lying. And then he's like, nah, bro, it's real. It's by Shams. So I get to a stoplight. I'm like, there's no way. Look at my phone because I got Shams notifications on. I got the push notifications on his Twitter. It's right there. Sham says it. Says Luka Doncic traded. I'm like, no way, no. Where everybody's in the car yelling, and like it's like crazy. There's like three people in the back seat. It's a full car, and we're all like, why would they do this, bro? They just got robbed. You know what I'm saying?
And the
And
thing is, my bad, but
no,
we were
you're
all
good.
sitting there. We are like, yeah, there's no way Shams didn't get hacked. And I promise you, on everything, as soon as we say that, Shams tweets, yeah, yes, this is real. Like what? Like I was so sick. Like and the thing is, I saw this report today. Whenever Shams got the details of the trade, like
Hmm.
he thought he was being played. Like he thought someone got hacked and sent it to him.
Hmm.
Like that's how insane it was. Like there's just no way. Even Ant said that the Mavs traded the best star in the league, the best scorer in the league. It's like whenever you have another NBA superstar, another guy who's been in the playoffs consistently saying
Hmm.
that, you know you're cooked, bro.
Like, bro, like, the thing is, I saw Luca on the bench today in his Lakers gear. I saw him do his press conference, everything like that. Still doesn't feel real. Still don't believe it, bro. It's just that crazy. Then the day after that Sunday, because this happened at 11:30 at night. Like we're out trying to hit the town, and we're like not even thinking about sports right now at this moment. But then that's breaking news, bro. Like that's the like you thought. What was it? You thought people said the worst move that in sports this season that everybody thought it was gonna be Saquon Barkley going to the Eagles, and then the Giants messed up the most. And they're like, congratulations, Mavericks. You're now way worse than that. Like the comparison I had to this was back in his prime when LaShawn McCoy was traded to the Buffalo Bills for a for like what was it, fifth round pick and Matt Milano in
Yeah.
his prime, Shady McCoy. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I wasn't around to remember the trade. Like I was a fan of the Eagles during that time, but the trade didn't impact me that much because I wasn't as invested in the sports as I am at this moment in my life. So just reading that, one of the best players in the league, a top three player in the league, undebatable, right? Is he getting traded in the middle of his prime, 1 year removed from the NBA Finals, 3 games away from being an NBA champion? And you got added these pieces like Klay Thompson to help that Mavericks team win, and you just blow it all up for no reason at all because he's a little fat, but he's still dropping 70.
Congratulations, Nico Harrison. Jerry Jones is now not the worst GM in Dallas. Like
Like,
somehow you are a worse GM than Nico Harrison.
like I don't understand what the thought process was. He said versus conditioning. Bro's a little chubby. Okay, so what? He's better than 99% of the league. He just went to the NBA Finals. He just beat Shea in round two of the playoffs, who everyone thought was going to win a lot of people thought were going to win the finals, that Thunder team. He beat Ant, not you, obviously not you, dog. You beat Ant, a hot Ant that played the best basketball of his career last playoff series to make it into the finals. You beat a Clippers team with obviously they didn't have Kawhi, but that didn't matter because they still had Paul George, they had Russell Westbrook, and they had James Harden, and they were playing really well. People thought, oh, this is an easy win for the Clippers. Like those are three teams that y'all should have beaten. Y'all, the only reason why y'all lost in the finals is because it was a super duper team over there in Boston. So like it was gonna be very hard to beat that team. But that's not a team that you break up. That's a team you build around. That hey, we're 1 year removed from the finals. You might not be having the best standings right now because your star player is hurt. So you wait for him to get back, and you'll be right back in there. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. From the Lakers standpoint, it makes sense. Now you have a player to build around once LeBron retires. And bro, just the Lakers' ability to get franchise players is insane. Like, bro, I'll let you break it down who they went from to all the way to this point. Like, Lakers fans are spoiled, bro.
Yeah, like literally. So you go from oh from the beginning. We could even start at like Wilt, bro. But like literally since I've been alive, we've
Hmm.
had Kobe, and Kobe was up until 2017. Got Braun, and then now Luka. Like all three of these guys have been at the top of the league or top at their respective positions for plenty of years. Like Luka is what he's 6 years into the league now,
Hmm.
and like he could realistically go in a championship with LA now because LA is over
He's
here sitting at the fifth seed. Of course, he's not playing right now. I think, bro. Speaking of the game right now, they are putting belt on the Clippers right now, and
mhm.
they scored 73 points in the first half. And Braun was going insane. Braun said, "Luca showing up, I'm about to show out." You feel me?
LeBron, but you just revived LeBron's career. The dude that said, LeBron just turned 40. He said that at 30. He said that at 30, but now he said it at 40 a few months ago when LeBron turned 40. He said this fuckery can't go on any longer. Luka just added a lifespan to his career. You know, LeBron's gonna stay would have been another 1 to 2 years. LeBron might be there for another 3, 4 years if he thinks he's gonna win another chip or two.
Nah, for real, bro. But like even with the Lakers players, you start at Will, you got Jerry, you got Kareem, you got Magic, Shaq, and then Kobe, LeBron, Luca. Like that's insane, bro. That's so like they have never not been spoiled.
Like,
I wish that was me.
what you wish you were on the Lakers?
No, but like I wish I had a
Oh.
team that was always like having a star player like that.
Me too, bro. Like they're so lucky, and then my star players over here just we'll talk about that later on. It hurts my feelings right now.
But yeah, even talking about other stars right now, I want to get into the De'Aaron Fox trade. I think this was an immaculate trade because it happened, and
Mhm,
then next thing you know, they had a game the next day, and I was surprised that the Spurs didn't trade Stephon Castle, even though he is a rookie.
mhm,
I think he was one of the better rookies to come out. I think he's a blue chip guy, and De'Aaron Fox is getting the chance to actually be a star, working with Victor Wembanyama. And
mhm,
obviously, like we talked about Chris Paul and Wembanyama, but like it's just not the same with them two. You have like a
mhm,
young guy, at least we can say young right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and give out the three-team trade right here, where the Kings won this trade. I don't care what anybody says. Zach Levine, City Sissoko, three first round picks that consist of 2025 Charlotte, 2027 San Antonio, and 2031 Minnesota, and three second round picks, which is 2025 Chicago, 2028 Denver, and they got their own 2028 pick back. So with the and obviously the Spurs getting Fox. And with
Mhm.
the third team being the Bulls, if the Luka trade did not happen, like this would be top three worst trades for the Bulls because like this GM made Nico Harrison look competent. They gave up Zach LaVine for
Mhm.
basically nothing.
But at the same time,
And
they've been trying to move away from Zach LaVine for like the last 3 seasons. So I, I can't really, you can't really blame him because a lot of people didn't want Zach LaVine because of his contract, his injury history. So the fact they got, I think what they got for Zach LaVine with how they've been trying to move on from him is pretty good.
yeah, but it's like if you've been trying to move on from him for 3 years and the best you can get is Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Kevin Herter, and you don't even get your top 10 protected pick back, like let's be
Mhm.
real, that's not it at all.
But it's not like you traded away a 25-year-old superstar that went to the finals for AD Maxi Christie in the 2029 first round. This is like in comparison that and Zach LaVine going for what they got. I don't think it's that crazy. I think
They literally
it's,
they gave up their best player for nothing. That's what I'm trying to say.
I guess, I guess.
And like I think that they're gonna try to move Vucevic too. I'd be
Hmm.
shocked if they didn't. But like right now, their like starting four is gonna be basically guards,
Hmm.
and
And
then
Vucevic, I
Vucevic.
heard I heard the like top team that might get him is the Lakers too. So,
Oh my! I heard they were looking for a center, but like, bro, it's so crazy. Because like as the Lakers, obviously you're not passing up on Luka, but like
but you know what's crazy, dog? AD
what?
said, I want to play with a center," and they're like, "Don't worry, you'll play with Derek Lively." They're like, "Bet we're trading for Derek Lively." That's not what we mean. That's
And
not what we mean.
and Lively's foot is hurt too. Like that dude gonna be playing with Daniel Gafford. But even even speaking of giving up nothing, like even the Spurs gave up nothing for Fox. Like even if you just like hear what I just said about the trade, like they really got Fox for nothing.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah,
just going back to the going back to the Mavericks. I know you'll feel this one. Quentin Grimes for Caleb Martin was actually so stupid. Like
Miami Heat legend.
I don't have words for it because like I don't even know when the last time Caleb Martin has played.
Me
Actually,
neither. Me neither.
he hasn't played in a minute, and Quentin Grimes is actually solid.
He's
But
giving you
like,
good minutes off the bench, and then Caleb Williams. Who knows what he could do? Because you can never go wrong with some good wing help, especially Caleb Martin brings a little bit of defense, but he's not been a consistent scorer at all this season, which is why he doesn't play much on the 76ers team that is not very good. So,
yeah,
I'm always gonna root for Caleb Martin, but
I won't. I was actually talking
why?
about him. I was talking about
Because
him today with
he
one of my
he hit one
buddies.
of these on your team? Hit one of these?
I was actually talking about him today with one of my buddies because we were like, yeah, like I hated that year that the Celtics didn't make the finals because of Caleb Martin, and
Hmm.
like obviously me and him both thought that Caleb Martin should have won Eastern Conference
Eastern
Finals
Conference Finals,
MVP.
yeah.
But it's like this dude made 8 threes every game and then also gave Vincent. I told you that year too. I was like, if I could take
Mm.
anyone from your team this year, I'm taking Gabe Vincent. And then he left
I
and
thought
went
that
to
too.
LA. He
Yeah.
went to LA and just completely fell off a cliff.
Bro, that's what happens whenever a role player from Miami leaves Miami. Except for Max Strus, he's played okay for Cleveland.
Cleveland's just a really
Okay.
good fit for
Yeah.
him. Cause like they got two good guards, good center. Like he can actually
Mm.
thrive there.
But like I agree with you. I also would have rather had Gabe Vincent stay over Caleb Martin. But I think Gabe Vincent right now would be a lot better than Terry Rozier, who dropped 2 of 12 in 29 minutes tonight.
Hey, even speaking of the Cavs, Celtics beat the Cavs today, bro. Yes, sir. Giving up, I think that's like their seventh O. But like, I'm low key scared of them whenever they make the playoffs, or that's their 10th O. And Boston is
Good.
back up to, but Boston gonna be back, bro. Trust. And we're four
Nah.
and a half games back. We gonna get first seed.
Nah.
We gonna get first seed for sure.
But a couple of other notable names on the trade block. You have Kuzma, who I heard the Milwaukee Bucks are making an aggressive push to trade Chris Middleton straight up for Kuzma, which I rather just keep Middleton. I hate Kuzma so much. I think he's just bad. Like I texted you last week when I was at the Mavericks Wizards game, and I said watching Kuzma play is just bad hoops. Like I just hate watching him play the game of basketball
No, for real.
because it's just like he'll have those occasional highlights, but then you have all those lowlights that come with it. So like he's a consistent scorer or some semi-consistent scorer like Jordan Poole has been for that team. Jordan Poole has been more of a consistent scorer for them ever since he's gotten there since Kuzma. Just can't stand Kuzma. I heard that the Phoenix Suns are also listening to a lot more calls for Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant might be on the move. Jimmy Butler, I don't even know what's going on. There was a report, like I texted you earlier, there was a report where the Warriors were ready to offer Andrew Wiggins and a few first round picks for Jimmy Butler. And I was like, I'm ready for it. I would like that to happen. That's cool. I like Andrew Wiggins. I think he's young enough, not like super young, but like young enough to kind of be around for a while. And then we get a few first round picks to build up our roster. And then Jimmy Butler vetoed the trade. He said he declined the trade. He said, I don't want to go to the Warriors. What started out, I don't want to trade for Miami, went to anywhere except for Miami, went to, I only want to play for Phoenix. And now there's a report saying that he's ready to come back for the team and he wants to put all this behind us. We can't put it behind us, Jimmy. Too much stuff has been going on. The locker room does not mess with you no more, Jimmy. Like it's just been such a bad experience all around. The Warriors have been all in, been calling about any superstar that they can. They've called about Paul George. They've called about LeBron. They've called about Kevin Durant. I've heard they've been really aggressive in trying to get Kevin Durant. Which that reunion would be. I don't even know what they would give up. They probably have to give up a lot of their young guys, like Pods and Kuminga and stuff like that. But those were some of the notable names that might be on the moves. You already said Vucevic earlier. Um, Lonzo Ball also has been linked with the Lakers, which I think that'd be a really good fit. He probably I don't know if he would start. He might actually he probably wouldn't. He probably come off the bench, but still, that's great defense. A solid perimeter shooter. I think that would help a lot, especially losing perimeter. Some really good defender in Anthony Davis. They would definitely be looking for some defensive guys to come in and help that team out defensively. I guess not today though, because what they did against the Clippers, but just in the future, that's what they would need.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Chris Middleton and Kyle Kuzma, just like how you started. I don't think that Chris Middleton gets traded, even
Hmm.
though it could improve like their financial flexibility and obviously like Middleton's kind of role in the team is like diminishing and everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the Bucks are kind of getting a resurgence right now. I feel like if you go trade Middleton for Kuzma, it's just like
Why?
what really more are you getting, to be honest,
Hmm.
besides like money for next year? If that's really the case, then just like cut Middleton whenever the
Yeah.
season's over. But if you're just limiting his minutes, what do you think you're gonna do with Kuzma? Less
Hmm.
hoops, less minutes. So I really don't
Hmm.
understand. So I think that I think Middleton stays. I don't think Kuzma's the right fit, even though people say that it makes a lot of sense. And with
Hmm.
Jimmy, to put it frankly, I think he stays put in Miami. Just to put it frankly, because he's
Hmm.
declined every trade, like you said. And with Phoenix, like I know he wants to go there, but also all that negotiation stuff they want to do. Like I don't know if Phoenix wants to take on that salary, and
Hmm.
they like I don't know if they want to give up Beal and his salary too. They've been taking
And
calls
Bill
about
Bill's not
Durant.
taking his what's it called? Bill's not taking off his no trade clause, so Bill's staying put. Hey, look,
Exactly.
hey, you're listening to calls for Kevin Durant. Jimmy wants to go to Phoenix. Straight up, make it happen. Make it happen.
This isn't
Please,
happening, but
please, please.
even about Durant, like I've seen the rumors about him going to the Warriors the last couple days, even trying to get Butler. And at this point, I think Golden State is just like desperate for him. And Golden State's been
Hmm.
desperate for like everybody in the
Yeah.
last couple of days. Like there were even reports of them trying to get Zion Williamson. You feel me?
Hmm. Heard that one
And
too.
these are things that like I think are gonna happen, of course. But one of the things that I'm not gonna say it's obscure, but like obviously I don't think it's gonna happen. But I just thought it was interesting. But there was news with Houston, and obviously they're the third seed right now, having a surprising year. and they said they are not interested in discussing trades unless Devin Booker is involved.
Heard that too. Hey, I wouldn't mind that because then I could root for the Suns and Kevin Durant. I haven't been able to
And
root for Kevin Durant or Bradley Beal in the last few seasons, and it made me upset because I like those guys.
here's the quote. It was a guy from Sports Illustrated who said it. Says Houston continues to take a very disciplined approach to this trade deadline, which they should. And the Rockets, arguably the NBA's biggest surprise this season, have not expressed any interest in engaging with teams about any of their top young talent. As one exec put it, unless you were calling them about Booker, they are not interested. And I think that's real. I mean, I wouldn't want anybody either if I was third seed. Like
Hmm.
unless you're giving me Booker and I can give up Dylan Brooks, like
Hmm.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
want
that's the only
anybody else
player
to be
that you
honest.
I want to give up to because you wouldn't want to give up any of your other guys. Star Thompson's playing a great ball, Jalen Green playing great ball. The whole team's just clicking, so you wouldn't want to break that up, especially now, unless you're breaking up Dylan Brooks, freaking criminal.
Why are you calling him a criminal? But
Bro's committed war crimes against my king, bro. I had to.
I even watching the game earlier, there was one series where Amen Thompson was guarding like four guys. Like this man full court press, almost got steals on two guys and then ran all the way down the court and is guarding a guy in the post and gets the block. Like that's hustle, dude. Like Amen
Sounds
Thompson
just
is
like
really
me,
him.
bro.
That is not you.
What are you talking about, dog?
That is not you.
Sounds just like me, man.
But I mean, just think of Houston. Like this team, I don't think they make a deep playoff run, but definitely the way things are going now, like you got to keep the squad together. I
They
think
have a
their
good
depth,
future.
yeah, I think their depth is good. Like Cam Whitmore, Amen Thompson coming off the bench behind Fred VanVleet. You even got Jay Sean Tate, who was once like a Rookie of the Year candidate back whenever I think it was like 2019 though. But it was like these guys are good though. And
Hmm.
like Steven Adams on your bench, bro. Like their second string is a good second string. Like their second strings could start. Like that's how good it is. But yeah. I mean, I really don't have any like more. I feel like most of like the things that could have happened are the things that are going to happen. There's only whenever this drops, there's only going to be one more day
Hmm.
left in the
Yeah.
trade deadline. So tomorrow is
Hmm.
going to be the day where we like probably see everyone try to go all out and get people. But like if not, I think the guys that we talked about already are just going to be like either stay put or they're going to you know get shipped
Yeah.
off. Obviously,
Like, no matter who gets traded, the craziest trade was the Luka thing. I don't think anything's gonna top it. Maybe something that's as would be as impactful or important or interesting to happen in the next few days is if Kevin Durant or LeBron gets traded back to the Warriors, which I feel like Kevin Durant is a little bit more likely, but they're both pretty unlikely, I think.
yeah.
So we just got to see what happens.
Honestly, like by the way, people are saying that they're listening to offers for Kevin Durant. We actually
Mhm.
might see him get shipped off.
I
I
just don't
don't
think
think
to the Warriors.
I don't think it's to the Warriors either.
Yeah.
But like it would just be crazy to see, bro. Like
Hmm.
especially like after seeing Luka get traded, two star players getting traded in like 3 4 days. Come on now.
Where would you want to see Kevin Durant traded if he did get traded right now?
Would I want to see him?
Hmm.
Mm, I don't know. There's just like
Because if he goes to a contender, you're gonna break up a lot of that core that's already moving around. Like I would like to say the Thunder, but the Thunder just have it so put together right now. I don't want to break that. You wouldn't want to break that up. You know, just to give them that comeback in OKC. Obviously I'm gonna say Miami because that's my team, but I don't really know a team that would really, aside from the Warriors, that really need Kevin Durant like that. Imagine he goes to the Spurs. It's just
send him
that.
to the Celtics, bro. Send him to the Seas, bro. Why are you looking like that, bro?
What you talking about, bro? Don't ever say
But
that
let's go.
stupid stuff again.
In all realistic, I think teams he could do well in. Like if he were to come back to Texas and he either played for the Mavericks or the Rockets, I think that would be fire. If he played for
I
the
don't,
Rockets, that team might go all the way.
I don't think he could. I don't know. They probably would, but if he went
I
to the
would watch a lot
Mavericks,
more Rockets games.
I'd be so upset if he went to the Mavericks. I have to start going to Mavericks games again. Like
Dude,
I was so happy that Luka got traded. I'm like, I can root for Luka now. The only player I got to root for now is Kyrie. I guess Caleb Martin now because he's there too. But Kevin Durant's there. I got to really go to Mavericks games some more. And we still got to get our tickets, bro, for Lakers because them prices are gonna go even up now.
I actually, bro, my buddy texted me. My buddy texted me about that today because his birthday is the day before the game. So he asked me if I wanted to go. Then he was like, "Yeah, tickets are like $250," and I didn't even ask where the tickets are. I didn't even ask where they are because I know it's like in the 300s.
They were like 160 like 2 weeks ago. I
That's
was
what
down for
I
the
said,
hundreds
bro. I was saying we should have bought them then.
because I felt look I thought because I was going to get paid. And I got paid on Friday, so I was like, all right, I'll buy it. I'll buy it once I get paid. And then the day right after I got paid, Luka trade happened. So I know the price went up even more, bro. Oh my God.
We should have bought
It's
them then,
okay.
bro. We should have got it while the iron was hot.
Dang, we should have, bro. We really fumbled. Not fumbled. It's okay because now LeBron's not gonna retire. He has at least another year now, so
Nah,
I
for
ain't gotta
real.
worry about it. This
But
this is this is extended LeBron's career, like I said.
but we're gonna switch over to football right now, and as y'all know, the Super Bowl is this Sunday. Jarius is in his Devontae Smith jersey right now, and his Kelly Greens. And we have our predictions of the game. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all already know who Jarius is gonna go for, but I want you to explain it to the people.
Look, hey, you already know what's happening, bro. Number one defense in the league, number one rushing attack in the league. Two great wide receivers, a great tight end, a really great quarterback. You know who I'm rolling with? A top five offensive line in football. What more can you want? A defensive line that's been eaten in the playoffs. A defense that's forced, I think, three or four fumbles a game the last three playoff games. We lead the league in fumbles since like week 8. Like we're going crazy right now, and I'm really confident in this team. Nolan Smith has arrived 4.5 sacks this playoff run, which is the most ever by a Philadelphia Eagle in a single postseason. Um, Josh Sweat, he's about to put on the show because you already know he's not going to come back next year because his price tag's going to go up. We're not going to be able to pay him. But, shout out Josh Sweat for all he's done for this team. Jalen Carter, one of the best defensive players in football, not just on the team. He's the best defensive player on our team. But aside from that, he's one of the best players in football on the defense side of the ball. So, Zach Bond, defensive player of the year. Saquon Barkley, offensive rookie of the year. I mean, offensive player of the year. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, both defensive rookie of the year candidates. Like, hey, fly, Eagles fly, baby. Go Birds. You already know what I'm rocking with.
I'm not, but I'm gonna look at it this way. Patrick Mahomes against number one defenses has been elite. I think he's only lost one game against a number one defense. And I think it's like what 3-1 or since let's say the Super Bowl and against the Bucks 6-1 averages 322 passing yards per game. Like definitely has a better touchdown to interception ratio. But this is my thing. I literally wrote a story on what I think is going to happen. All right, hear me out. In this electrifying Super Bowl matchup, the Chiefs and the Eagles light up the field. And relentless offense, right? Impenetrable defense. Clock winds down, nail biter, game is tied, right? Chiefs have the ball. Boom. Jalen Carter offsides. This is an overtime. You're like, oh no. But then you look at it again. He never moved. It's actually the offensive lineman moved before Jalen Carter. And,
No.
and the crowd is
Oh
shocked,
no.
setting up the Chiefs in a decisive chance, right? In overtime, hearts pounding. Jay Reese is on the edge of his seat. Chiefs line up. They run it to the right side so Harrison Butker can get his side right, right? Chiefs line up, kick the field goal, sealing the three-peat. They'll be remembered off one call again for a Super Bowl. And that's how this
Ju-
game will end.
Just know, Kansas City, you gonna be in trouble because I'm
How would you
coming.
feel if that happened?
Somebody got to fight me. It's gonna be Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. Somebody got to run their ones, dog. Somebody got to fight me, bro. I don't even care, dog. Like me and somebody are fighting on that Kansas City team.
That would be insane. Like I'm over here sitting, I'm like, Jarius is gonna hate this story.
I'd crash out, bro.
I'd crash out too. But but the impact on these players whenever they win the Super Bowl, I think there's impacts all over the place, right?
Hmm.
And obviously there's gonna be storylines between Mahomes, Chris Jones, Kelsey, Worthy as a rookie. You have Hurts, you have Saquon, you have AJ Brown. I'm gonna go ahead and give the floor to you again. So how do you think that this will impact at least? Let's go first. You have his jersey on. How would you
Hmm.
feel about Smitty's first ring?
Smitty's first ring, I feel like it really sub I can't even think the word. It's like supplement or not supplement. I don't even
Solidify?
know. Solidify. Thank you so much. Solidify Smitty's role in Eagles history as a wide receiver, as one of the best receivers, as an Eagle. Like, which I think he was gonna end that way anyway. But just that ring will help it even more because he already broke records since his time here. He's broken the record for most receiving yards as a rookie by surpassing it was like 919, which surpassed Deshaun Jackson. And I don't think that Devontae Smith is ever going to get traded. I think he's going to end his career in Philadelphia. So he already passed whoever was number one in receiving yards as an Eagle in the postseason. So he has the most postseason receiving yards as an Eagle, and just that Super Bowl ring just gonna. I feel like it would put him up there with I say top five receivers as a Philadelphia Eagle all time because I think AJ Brown's elite. Don't get me wrong. AJ Brown, I love AJ Brown, but there's a reason why Devontae Smith is my favorite receiver in the league. It's just he does a lot of the gritty work that people don't really 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 not un, he's just underrated. You know what I'm saying? People don't really appreciate what he does. He's underappreciated. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know, he's out there lead blocking on screens, which someone his size probably shouldn't be doing, but he's out there setting the screens. He's over there catching those balls. He's over there catching all these contested balls, pause in like double coverage, triple coverage. He's taking those big hits. He's making those clutch catches when you need him to make those catches. Like DeMonte Smith is just your ideal receiver. You know what I'm saying? Wherever he'd be the best receiver in the league if he didn't have to share receptions with AJ Brown, but that's just how this team is set up. And the thing is, he's not a selfish player either. So, like I said, he's my favorite receiver in the league for a reason. He might like he reminds me a lot of Larry Fitzgerald, you know, just not selfish at all, doing what he needs to do, team first mentality. There's a reason why Larry Fitzgerald is my favorite receiver all time. By the time Devontae Smith is done with his playing career, he's probably going to be up there. He might even surpass Larry Fitzgerald as my favorite receiver all time. But um, I just love Devontae Smith so much. I think that ring would do a lot for him and his legacy as an Eagle.
Yeah. Then you can even talk about Hurts. I mean, if you want to talk about Hurts, I was going to talk about both
Hmm.
quarterbacks because I was going to go ahead and say it because I think this is really just a battle of the quarterbacks. I think whichever quarterback wins, that impact is going to last longer than any skill player on the field. And obviously, we've seen it because like
Hmm.
mainly good quarterbacks have won the past couple Super Bowls, right?
Hmm.
And with Mahomes, if he wins the Super Bowl, steals the three-peat, I think there are going to be even tougher conversations had than the conversations that we had last year. Because
About
everyone
him
was like,
winning GOAT
okay,
conversation.
yeah. They're like, okay,
Hmm.
Mahomes has three now. So we're sitting at it like, obviously he got beat by Brady twice, but like it's still so dominant. Like they made it
Hmm.
out of they made it to the Super Bowl four out of those 5 years and they lost one, right?
Hmm.
And I feel like it also depends on how they win too. Because like if they win how I just told you that story, then like
Hmm.
everyone's just gonna call BS, right?
Yeah.
But
And like
I think
people are gonna complain about the refs if they do win, no matter what. But at the same time, you gotta think that Patriots dynasty, they also had a lot of those same questionable calls, same things where it's like the refs helped them out or they cheated. Like they had the whole deflate gate situation, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Nothing that the Chiefs have done has been on that par of, yeah, we've cheated like that. But I feel like if you're gonna put an asterisk on Mahomes' career because of the refs, it's gotta put an asterisk on Tom Brady's career with an asterisk because although Tom Brady has beaten Mahomes those two times, Mahomes is a much more talented quarterback than Tom Brady ever was. Tom Brady had to work for everything from the ground up. He never had the best arm. He was never the most mobile. If you look at guys like Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, those guys were both more athletically gifted than Tom Brady was at the quarterback position. But Tom Brady was just a winner, you know what I'm saying? And then the only thing that you can use to compare Tom Brady and his greatness to Mahomes is, who was the better winner? So you could say, yeah, Mahomes did a three-peat. Mahomes did the Mahomes has 5 rings now, right? It'd be five or four.
you'd have four.
Four rings now to Tom Brady's 7. But then people are still going to bring up, even if Patrick Mahomes ends it with like 5 or 6 rings, they'll be like, yeah, but Tom Brady beat Mahomes when it mattered. He beat him in the Super Bowl. He beat him in the AFC championships, things like that. So it would make the conversation a lot more interesting, but I hope people don't look at the refereeing side of it and like use it as big of a knock as they don't, because they won't use that same scenario with Tom Brady, who went through the exact same thing whenever he was playing and as dominant as he was.
Yeah, and obviously there's like reasons he lost that Super Bowl, Mitchell Schwartz.
Mhm.
But a standout performance, I mean, could really make or break this
Mhm.
team, right? And
Mhm.
I think it'll determine his legacy to see if he can ever catch up to the GOAT, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And I think this is just big for the team because you think of the team, and if they're the only team to ever get a three-peat,
Hmm.
then I'm gonna name you these five teams because I think these are the most successful teams in NFL history, franchise-wise. So obviously we have the
Hmm.
Patriots, the Packers, the Cowboys, the
Hmm.
Steelers, and the San Francisco 49ers. All of these teams have won plenty of championships in different decades, mainly the 90s,
Hmm.
70s for the Packers, you can say 60s. Pittsburgh won like two in the 2000s era, and obviously in the Tom Brady era, they won six. So, but there's never been a three-peat between these teams. So, if the Chiefs three-peat, do you think they become a top five franchise of all time?
Hmm.
Other than those five? I mean, I guess like if you wanted to,
I think so. Just because no team has had that dominant stretch, unless you're
yeah,
the Patriots, obviously. Like even the Cowboys, they won 2 in a row. They didn't get the three-peat. And the Steelers, they didn't win 2 in a row. They won two, but they were separated. Baltimore
yeah,
also won two with Ray Lewis, but again, those were at 2 different years. They weren't back to back.
yeah,
Um, you could have you could have put a team like the Seahawks up there if they were able to win that second one against the Patriots, but they haven't. So I think that consistent streak of winning is what's going to help put them up on top. I think if they do that, I think that I think you shouldn't put the whole Kansas City Chiefs organization and franchise as a top, 5 team. I think you can
yeah.
put the era, like the Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid era of football, put that in the top, put that in the top two dynasties, with that and the um
Brady
New
era.
England Patriots Brady era with Belichick. I feel like it'd be 1 and 2, and those are pretty interchangeable because even though that they didn't have the consistent. streak of back-to-back-to-back wins with the Patriots, it was still a 20-year stretch of greatness from that organization and that duo. But just what they've been able to accomplish in this short amount of time, going to four NFL championships, no, five NFL championships, since Patrick Mahomes has been a starter. No,
Yeah,
it's just something
and
to
he's and made the AFC Championship every year as a starter.
exactly. So like it's just winning, you know what I'm saying? Even though there was a big stretch where Tom Brady and them didn't go to the Super Bowl, they were still in those AFC championships, stuff like that. So it's not like the Patriots were ever scrubs, you know. As long as Brady
Yeah,
was on that team, they were competing and contending. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes and his team. So
ex-
I definitely say top five team or top five franchise, but I think it'd be a top two dynasty as well with how this team played. I think either way, even if win or lose, they're still going to be a top two dynasty in the game of football.
yeah, for sure. I also think the
Hmm.
same thing. I think they could definitely like jump the gun over San Francisco just because they beat them in the Super Bowl twice. You feel me?
Kyle Shanahan's
And
fault.
exactly. And I kind of want to talk
Proud.
about Hurts right here because I think this will impact him in numerous ways, and it'll do wonders. And even with the last Super Bowl, 27 for 38, 304 yards, one touchdown, 70 rush yards, three touchdowns on the ground. Tied him with tied him with Kurt Warner in like 2009. I think they're tied for fifth. But even though I think Hurts is elite, not everyone thinks the same as me. Like not everyone knows ball.
Hmm.
You feel me?
Hmm.
And if he wins the Super Bowl, I think he kind of needs this to get over that hump that people have him at. And obviously,
Hmm.
like the hump that people have him at, we don't have him at, or Jalen Hurts doesn't have himself at.
Hmm.
But obviously, he's been outshined by Saquon Barkley this year, future Offensive Player of the Year.
Hmm.
But I don't think that should take away from Hurts. Like he's done a lot for the team in general.
Hmm.
You can say he's been a game manager. You can say what you want, but Hurts is also a winner.
Hmm.
And there have been guys that did not play well in the league at all, like Dan Orlovsky or dudes
Hmm.
like Nick Wright, saying, "Yeah,
Yep.
he's trash." But it's like it doesn't make sense whenever you have guys like Peyton Manning, the one of the best quarterbacks of all time. No matter where you put it, he has to be in your top five. No matter where you put him,
Tom Brady, the GOAT.
and Tom Brady, the
Hmm.
best quarterback to ever play the game, are praising this dude on national television.
Hmm.
So I think Hertz needs it more in a sense,
Hmm.
but it's also like he shouldn't care what the people think. But the
Hmm.
media would be a lot better to Hertz if he wins it, because the
Hmm.
media kind of they don't have like Hertz and Lamar at the same level, obviously, because like Lamar's going to
Hmm.
win MVP, but like they treat both of them the same way in like ring status, because like you know why,
Hmm.
bro.
Yeah. And then it's not even just players. You have incredible coaches going out, talking highly of Jalen Hurts. You have Nick Saban, who was his coach at Alabama, talking highly of Jalen Hurts, and even saying after he benched him, he still believed in Jalen Hurts and wanted him to succeed, which is why he told Jalen Hurts to go to Oklahoma to play with Lincoln Riley so he can build that passing ability underneath, Lincoln Riley. And then you saw how well he started passing the ball once he got to Oklahoma, and that just carried into the league. And you obviously don't need to show every week that yeah I can do this because you can do it, right? He's been a starter in the league for 4 seasons. 4 seasons he's been to the playoffs all 4 years. In in 2 of those seasons he went to the Super Bowl. So it's just a testament to how well of a competitor he is, how well of a hard worker he is, and how of a leader he is to lead those teams to great success the way he does. And I think if he's able to win a ring here, I think it would definitely put him in the top three conversation in the league of a quarterbacks. Because you could say, yeah, Josh Allen has the great stats. Josh Allen has the great regular season wins. Josh Allen has the great individual regular season success. But Jalen Hurts has had great success. Might not be at the same level as Josh Allen, but that success has led to wins over the last 4 years. And on top of that, he's been to two Super Bowls, and he's won a Super Bowl now. That like just put him up in that higher echelons with like I'd say the top three quarterback in the league at that point would be Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Jalen Hurts. Because I think Lamar Jackson should be everybody's two. I don't think it should be Josh Allen no more. And it shouldn't be Joe Burrow no more. Should be a three-time MVP after this season, Lamar Jackson. I also think he'd be the best Philadelphia Eagles quarterback in franchise history. That hurts for me to say because I obviously thought he was gonna be top five. I thought he was top five easily. I thought he was top three easily before the Super Bowl, right? But after this, he's the only Eagles franchise quarterback to go to the Super Bowl twice in his career, to start two Super Bowls in his career. The only quarterback I would say might be above him would be maybe Nick Foles, but that's just because the magical moment of that 2017 ring and be
The
able to win
city
it and
love
win the
him.
Super Bowl MVP. Exactly. It's the city love him. He has a statue outside the freaking stadium. Like,
Yeah.
but I think if he's able to win this, even like especially if he won Super Bowl MVP this season or this Super Bowl, like that'd just be incredible, right? Because then he have a ring, which only one other quarterback in Philadelphia history would have, which would be Nick Foles. And then this is his second Super Bowl appearance, which he started. And aside from Nick Foles, he has Jalen Hurts has the second best Super Bowl performance of all time from Super Bowl 57. So I think a ring here would just move him up into that number one spot as a franchise quarterback in our franchise history. And I think right now, especially with the second Super Bowl appearance, I think he's top three now,
Yeah.
which I don't think would be crazy to say.
I mean, I won't fight it, but like,
Hmm.
I won't like agree either. But
Hmm.
I can see why people would think that. But I think it's easier for Eagles fans to believe. And obviously, like I've
Hmm.
been saying this the last 2 weeks. Y'all know I'm a Hurts fan. I mean, we got the same name, so like, of course I
Hmm.
gotta be a fan. But obviously, like the way he's been playing has translated to wins, and I think other quarterbacks might just be sometimes just better in general. But
Hmm.
obviously, like whenever we also see good QBs that might not have the defense that the Eagles have as number one defense, like we could say we could say if Burrow had the defense that the Eagles have, then they would have gone 17-0. But obviously they
Hmm.
don't. Like if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. So obviously, like I'm not gonna compare it. But I think I don't think saying Hurts would be top three in the league is crazy because like he was top three in the league the year that he should have won MVP but got injured.
Hmm.
So and that was the year I was hoping he'd win MVP because they did the same thing to
Hmm.
Wentz back in 2017.
The same thing.
Yeah,
And it was the same. It was the same two kind of players that won the MVP, the GOAT of the time, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. So
yeah. But that's all I have for y'all. So
I have one more. I have Saquon Barkley. Saquon
let's
Barkley,
hear
if he
it.
wins the ring here, it'd be the greatest single season performance by a running back ever. Because he
Yeah,
could have won,
but
he could have got the record at the end of the season, but he didn't because they wanted to make sure he was healthy. He got I think he gets the record this week if he gets 60 yards rushing. He'll get the record for most rushing yards in a single season and postseason combined, and then he'll get a Super Bowl. And if we do win a Super Bowl, it will probably be because of him. So he'd probably win Super Bowl MVP. But it's just the greatest Super Bowl running back season of all time. So.
yeah, it would be that would be insane.
Mhm.
I'd be really happy for him, especially after
Hmm.
getting out of New York. It'd be insane.
Bro really went from a minor league team and became the best running back in the league. Crazy.
That's what I'm saying. First year out too, bro.
First year out of the minor league. Crazy.
Now for real. But that's really all I have for y'all. Um, I really like this episode, and it's been
Uh,
we'll see.
whoa, 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 hold on. Hey, wait. We can't leave this episode without talking about these two things. All right, real
Let,
quick.
let's
All right,
let's
first
talk.
off, Miles Garrett requested a trade earlier this week.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Mm,
Welcome to the
hmm
Carolina Panthers, Miles Garrett.
That was, that was not Carolina.
Welcome to the Carolina
It was
Panthers, Miles Garrett.
Bro is a Philadelphia Eagle, bro.
Don't lie, bro. He's not an Eagle.
Bro is a Philadelphia Eagle,
Bro,
bro.
New England is calling them right now. They're like, we will give you pick 4 and our next year first round pick for Miles Garrett. And then you know what the Browns are gonna say? They're gonna hang up the
Who?
phone.
Who
They're
is
gonna
this?
hang, they're gonna hang up the phone.
No, we're gonna call him. Be like, we'll give you 2 first round picks, and we'll give you I don't even know. We'll give you
Josh
dang,
Sweat.
Bro. We have to franchise tag Josh Sweat just to trade him. I'm down though. Tag and trade.
Simon Trey, let's do it.
But I was gonna
They-
say Quez Watkins. He's not even on the team no more. Can't even trade him.
but all the odds are like him going to the Cowboys and everything. But I mean, he's from
There's no
Texas.
ways. I don't think the Cowboys can go to the Cowboys.
I don't
First
think
off,
so either.
Jerry Jones is not competent enough to make that trade. And then I heard the 2 teams in the NFC East he would go to would be either the Commanders or the Eagles. Those are the 2 most likely trade
Oh my God, him on the command.
scenarios.
That defensive line would be dirty. Garrett, De'Aaron Payne, and Jonathan Allen.
Hmm.
Someone put Frankie Louvu rushing too. That's my dog.
But hey, that's just what Miles Garrett requested. He requested a trade, but Cleveland, the organization, has not accepted his request for a trade. So he might not get traded. So we'll see what happens. One player that definitely will be moved this offseason will be Cooper Kupp because
Welcome
he
to the
was
Carolina
informed.
Panthers, Cooper Cup.
Bro, calm down.
Welcome to the Carolina. Hey, we thrive on white receivers, bro. We thrive.
Bro, what's it
I'm
called?
getting the Adam Thielen jersey.
But yeah, he's been informed that he's going to be traded this offseason. And the Rams said they agreed to take up all most of his cap for this upcoming season.
I thought they
And
were
a
just
team
doing his
that
signing bonus.
I thought it was his cool cap. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but he no matter what, he's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Um he had a great career in LA. No, unfortunate that this is happening this way, but again, it's a side of the business. We saw with Luka, no one's safe in any sport, I guess. Nobody's ever safe unless you're LeBron James or Patrick Mahomes, the 2 safest people in the league in their leagues. But I think Cooper Cup might be playing in the exact same stadium next season in SoFi, just in a different LA team. I think he might go to the Chargers. That's what I have a feeling he's gonna go to. I don't know why. It's just I have a strong gut feeling that he's a Charger next season.
Dude,
Especially,
get ready to
especially,
get ready to learn Carolina Panther.
bro, you gotta stop. You
He's
gotta
coming to
stop.
Carolina, bro, and I can't wait.
Bro's about to go crazy with J Herb.
I'd be sick, bro. And they still won't make the playoffs.
Bro, they're making the playoffs again. They might get blown out again in the first round, but they're going back to the playoffs. But you can't say you can't see that trade happening. I think it's especially a very receiver needy team. I'm very. I feel like
No,
I would bet on this. You know what? I'm gonna bet $10 right now. I'm not too crazy about it, but I'm bet ten. I'll bet $10 on it that he's
I
a
won't.
Charger.
I
I'm so
won't bet
confident.
that.
I'm confident. Watch this. Watch this.
I'm watching.
But
You're
all right,
you, you're
that's it.
betting
I
that
think that was about
you're
it.
betting that he's a Los Angeles Charger. Bolt up.
Yep, bolts up.
All right, baby. I'm betting that he's a Carolina Panther. Keep pounding. All
All
right.
right. So when we both keep our $10 because we both were wrong,
He's
it'll
gonna
be
go to like the
okay.
freaking Ravens or something, bro. Oh
He's
my
gonna go
God,
to the
that'd be
Raiders.
dirty.
He's gonna go to the Raiders.
Dude, the Raiders are such a bad organization. I can't.
No cap. I was so happy to root for them. I was like, oh, Pete Carroll, I love it, the rivalry. Then they got Chip Kelly, and you know how I felt about Chip Kelly. You know how I felt about Chip Kelly. I can't even support that team no more. I was ready to root for them.
That's
Not no more.
crazy. But yeah,
You
that's gonna
went and ruined it, guys.
gonna be all we have for y'all boys, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to this week's episode. Be on the lookout for all the trades that are gonna be happening tomorrow during the trade deadline. It'll be the last day, so hopefully we see some good stuff.
What time? Wait, what time does it end on Thursday?
I don't know, probably like
I think it's like
10 or
midday Thursday,
11.
so we might have a lot. We might have a bit more time, so like a day and a half. Give him a day and a half
Okay, we will. Y'all
because
will y'all
sometimes
will
there
see
there
us
are
after.
trades that happen like 10 minutes, 5 minutes before the trade deadline ends.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I guess we'll see y'all next time.
See you guys.